What is going on, everybody? I am back with another video, and today we're making mountains like that. Not like this, actually. Way better looking mountains, like the ones in the thumbnail. But before I get started, as always, I have to say, like the usual YouTuber stuff. I know even I get annoyed by it. Subscribe if you like the video. That's it. Hit that like button too. And if you want to go the extra mile, consider using my creator code in the item shop. ChompyREX. Let's just get into the video. So we are going to make a beautiful mountain right here. Not that trash. As always, you know where to go. You know terrain in nature. The best galleries in the entire game. The best galleries. Now, this is actually important if you want to make mountains that aren't really snowy. Use the Shark Cliff Gallery or the Gray Cliff. Otherwise, just use the Snow Cliff Gallery because it just makes sense. But I'm going to be using the Shark Gallery. This piece right here that I have selected, this is the one you want. You take this, and you actually don't want to size it up like fully. You want to size it up like a decent amount. Kind of like that. And you want to make something like this. Now, the trick here is that you know, take your little terrain piece, you select both of them, and build this up to how tall you want your mountain to be. Again, like, this is one of those things where it's hard. It is. But once you're done with building your little, like, pillar thing, you want to grab it. Make sure you have collision completely off, and it's kind of hard to see because the piece is just like so big, but you want to turn grid snap off, and you want to like slant it like that kind of. And I'm just gonna go down more so it's actually like in the ground. Now look at what I do here. And it should work out just like that. Now we have something shaping to be a mountain now. And if it's not touching the bottom down here, don't worry about it. We'll get to that. Now what we could do is we could take these pieces and kind of hide the open areas, right? So we can slant this a little more and hide all like the cracks, you know. And look, you basically just build out the mountain, and it ends up looking pretty damn cool. Down here, we'll slant it a bit more. There we go. Fill in this part over here. Now the key is to not let any of like the grass on the pieces show. We need another one right there. In there, why not? And last but not least there. Once you have like something like this, you want to keep like building on it, right? So you just keep adding pieces and it'll end up looking great. Now I'm not gonna stop at just the mountain. I'm gonna add a little terrain around it too, because let's be honest, a mountain with no terrain around it will look kind of weird. No trees, so I'm gonna end up doing that with this too. And that's what we have so far. As you near the bottom over here, what you can do is you can actually start using bigger pieces. I don't think it looks that weird, but yeah, this is looking pretty damn like a mountain, you know. So I'm gonna size this up a bit more, like that maybe, and make like the same shape that I did before. Basically, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is not something that you're just gonna be good at. Hell, I wouldn't even say that I'm good at it yet. But I know how to do it, so yeah. So here we have our big piece. Here, I won't make this part that big. That'll do. And again, I am just completely off grid snap. You don't need grid snap, dude. Like, you just don't need it. And now, again, make sure no grass is like popping out, because that looks pretty damn ugly. Now that I'm almost done, I'm going to add it, like, come out a little more, and then I'll call it quits. I'll call it done. Pretty much. There's still other things we have to do. What you can also do is make some parts look a little cleaner. For example, this big, like, 2 lumps right here. I would come in with the smaller pieces and clean that up a little bit. Make it look more natural. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another one of these things. Select this again. And just clean up the mountain some more. And there we go. That's a pretty big mountain, man. So you can't really walk up this. I mean, it's pretty damn hard. You also can't break it, so that's a good thing. Now, what about the tip of the mountain? You want a mountain to have a tippy top. What you could do is deselect nature and terrain, and go in the indestructible gallery. And there's a bunch of rocks here you can use to make the tip of the mountain pretty good. So we can use this, making sure there's no green. Now these rocks are indestructible, so don't worry about people being able to break them, because you literally can't. And this is why I used the shark cliffs, because the color of these rocks matches them. There we go. And what else we could do is resize this to be a little more pointy and add a little bit around it. It's kind of hard to get the shape of this right, but you'll get it eventually. Now, I mean, if you look at it from down here, you can't even tell it's a different rock. I mean, maybe a little bit, but overall, it's pretty good in my opinion. Now, obviously, when you're up close, you could clearly tell that it's a different rock you're using, which is why you can take this, and now the rock's at the top, because there's more down here, kind of breaking things up too. It starts to look less and less weird. Now, obviously, don't overdo it, but I think you get the idea. And there we go. Look at that. There's our beautiful mountain right here. Now, what I'm going to do off camera is make some terrain around this and make it look super cool. So I'll be right back. And I am back from basically putting terrain around this mountain. I added some trees. Didn't end up adding grass. I honestly just didn't feel like it. But yeah, once when the trees go up higher, they get smaller. It's almost like an illusion. Really nothing special. But yeah, on the map they look ginormous, because it is ginormous. It's a big mountain. One important thing to note, too, if you want to make the snowy variant, all you gotta do is use the snowy cliffs, and for the other rocks, these, you know, what the tip of the mountain is made out of, these rocks over here, you want to use the ice. You want to use this ice, and it'll look really cool too. So that is how you make mountains in Fortnite Creative. If this helped you at all, please consider subscribing, liking the video to help me out with the algorithm, and again, if you're super generous, what? If you're super generous, use supporter creator code ChompyREX on the item shop. And yeah, that's it. Take care.